Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's 2:01, so we'll give another 1 minute for folks to join, and thank you for your patience. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our May All Stakeholder webinar for the Summer EBT program, known as Sunbucks. My name is Shanshan Chen, and I'm one of the analysts assisting with the Sunbucks program implementation. I'll hand it over to Valeria, who will help us get started. She will go over our meeting controls and cover a few housekeeping slides. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Shanshan. Hello, everyone. My name is Valeria. I am one of the analysts here with the Sunbucks program. As you may have noted, this is a Zoom webinar. This webinar will be held in listen-only mode. The meeting invitation also provides the option to connect to the audio via the phone or the computer, depending on your preference. This webinar will be recorded. As soon as the recording becomes available, you may follow the YouTube link on the Sunbucks webpage or go to the CDSS YouTube website to access the video recording. Next slide, please. While this webinar is in listen-only mode, you can ask about the program and today's content by using the Q&A section. To do so, select the Q&A button located on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. You're welcome to submit a question at any time during the webinar, and they will be collected and answered at the end of the webinar during our Q&A period. Next slide, please. Also offering the chat feature in addition to the Q&A. Please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, share your name, location, and organization if applicable. Note that when using this feature, you have the option to select everyone, which is the default, or to select a specific participant to send your chat to. If you're having any logistical issues, you can use the chat function to ask for support for one of our co-hosts, Ruben Guerra, who is handling logistics today. To do so, you can go to the meeting controls, select Ruben in the drop-down menu, type in your logistic question and hit enter. Ruben will then respond and provide you with an answer to your question. The chat feature is to be used for logistical questions only. All program questions should be asked in the Q&A section so we can keep better track of, respond to, and document the questions. Next slide, please. In today's meeting, we will provide a brief background and an overview of Sunbucks to ensure that everyone is on the same page. We will also share 2024 highlights, including outcomes and key takeaways. We will also provide information about 2025 estimates and eligibility. We will also share customer service updates and discuss 2025 outreach campaigns. And as always, we will go over our next meeting and we will provide some time for questions and answers. And with that being said, I'll hand it over to Karen to get started. Next slide, please.
Hello, everyone. I can go ahead and kick us off with the overview. Thank you, Valeria, for that introduction and for those housekeeping slides. I'm Osmar Meza, and I am an analyst on the Sunbucks team. So let's go over and talk about the Sunbucks program. Next slide, please. So before we get into specifics, we want to define terminology that will be important to know to understand upcoming slides. One of the requirements for Sunbucks eligibility is that a child attend a school that participates in the National School Lunch Program, also known as NSLP, or the School Breakfast Program, also known as S-EBT. The NSLP and S-EBT are federal programs available to qualifying schools that serve meals to students. It is overseen by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and administered by the California Department of Education. These programs are federal and state reimbursement programs for healthy, quality meals served and meet federal requirements. Schools that operate NSLP and S-EBT are required to offer free or reduced price meals to eligible children. Another term we may refer to throughout this presentation is the summer operational period. For California, the summer operational period is June 1st through September 2nd. The Department of Education reviewed available school calendars and found that over 90% of California schools are on break during this time. In California, the compulsory age to attend school for children is ages 6 through 18. So when we say school age, we are referring to children between the ages of 6 and 18. Lastly, you will hear CEP or Provision to School. CEP stands for Community Eligibility Provision School. CEP or Provision to Schools allows the nation's highest poverty schools and districts to serve breakfast and lunch at no cost to all enrolled students without collecting household applications. Next slide, please. And I'll go ahead and hand it over to Jeremy now. Please, Jeremy, if you'd like, over.
Hello. So what are Sunbucks? The Sunbucks program helps families with school-age children buy groceries during the summer months when kids might not have access to school meals. In California, eligible kids receive one lump sum of $120 of Sunbucks food benefits that are loaded onto an electronic benefits transfer card, EBT card for short, for June, July, and August. These months are the summer operational period, or the time period that Sunbucks are intended to help children meet their nutritional needs. Sunbucks can be used just like a debit card to buy food like fruits, vegetables, meat, whole grains, and dairy at grocery stores, farmers markets, and other places that accept CalFresh benefits. Children who get Sunbucks can still participate in other summer meal programs. In short, Sunbucks benefits work like CalFresh benefits. Sunbucks cannot be used for hot foods, pets, cleaning or household supplies, personal hygiene items, or medicine. Next slide, please. The Sunbucks ABCs of eligibility are presented here to show the methods through which a child can be eligible for Sunbucks. Groups B and C in the mango color on the right are those automatically enrolled due to streamlined certification. These include children receiving CalFresh, CalWorks, Medi-Cal certified at or under 185% of the federal poverty level, or who are certified for free or reduced price meals through direct certification, categorical eligibility, or NSLP/SBP participation. A much smaller group of children is Group A, who are not streamlined, those in the tomato color on the left. These children need to apply by submitting school meal applications or universal benefit applications. Please be aware that some children receiving Medi-Cal may need to apply. In the following slides, we will go over specific circumstances where children who get Medi-Cal will need to apply and the new universal benefit application. Next slide, please. Unfortunately, not all children receiving Medi-Cal are streamlined certified for Sunbucks. This is because federal rules stipulate that to be automatically eligible for Sunbucks, program recipients must be certified to have a household income at or under 185% of the federal poverty level. While there are many Medi-Cal recipients who meet this criteria and who are therefore automatically eligible for Sunbucks, this isn't true for everyone on the program. For example, children who get Supplemental Security Income/State Supplementary Payment, also known as SSI/SSP, or the Adoption Assistance Program, can also get Medi-Cal, but may not be certified at or under the 185% of the federal poverty level and will need to apply at the child's school. For Group A eligibility, families must submit a school meal application or universal benefits application to their child's school by September 2nd, the latter of which we will go over in the next slide. Next slide, please. CDE has released the Universal Benefits Application, or UBA, in English through their website. We will post a link in the chat. CDE and CDSS are actively working on translations for the application and will share as they become available. The application template is to be used and accepted by LEAs to determine Sunbucks eligibility among other programs. The UBA will be available for provision schools, commodity eligibility provision/provision 2, to make Sunbucks eligibility determinations for non-directly certified students. Local education agencies can use the template to customize their systems. Families that need to apply through a UBA are encouraged to inquire with their schools on how to submit a UBA. As a reminder, the school year 25 income requirements for reduced price meals also applies to the universal benefits application when determining Sunbucks eligibility. Next slide, please. To be eligible for Sunbucks 2025 through reduced price meals or universal benefit application, children must be part of a household whose income is confirmed to be at or under 185% of the federal poverty level. The table on the slide reflects the income thresholds for 25-26 eligibility to reduce price meals in school nutrition programs. This table is effective July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. For children in a household to be determined eligible for Sunbucks 2025, the household must not exceed the limits displayed on the table. Please note the income guidelines for free school meals have a lower income threshold, but to be eligible for Sunbucks, eligibility for reduced price meals is sufficient. To determine income eligibility, the parent or guardian must submit a school meal application or universal benefit application at their school site. Next slide, please. An important distinction must be made for the California's Universal School Meal Program, or UMP. UMP provides free school meals to every child, regardless of whether they are eligible for free or reduced price meals as defined by the federal government. Parents and guardians may confuse their child receiving free meals through UMP as enrollment in the free or reduced price meal program. It is important not to equate receiving free school meals as eligibility for Sunbucks. UMP participants do not automatically get Sunbucks and may need to submit a school meal application or universal benefits application with their child's school by September 2nd to be eligible for Sunbucks if they do not meet the criteria for Group B or C in the eligibility slide discussed earlier. With that said, Osmar will be going over our 2024 highlights. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Jeremy. So hello, everyone. Me again, Osmar Meza, and as I have introduced myself, I'm an analyst of the Sunbucks team. The next few slides we have prepared for you will be covering Sunbucks program highlights of 2024. Next slide, please. So first off, we have our outcomes reports. As you may already know, the 2024 preliminary report has been released and is available on the CDSS website. The link will be provided in the chat. The preliminary report details the actions taken and outcomes achieved during the first year of the Sunbucks program. We will share more information from this report on the next slide. Additionally, our final outcomes report is anticipated to be released in fall of 2025 and will include card issuance data by county. The Sunbucks team is working diligently on these reports. We will continue to communicate updates on this topic through these webinars. Next slide, please. As of November 30th of 2024, California Department of Social Services, or CDSS, in partnership with the California Department of Education, or CDE, issued over 4.1 million Sunbucks cards to eligible children. With over $478 million in food benefits used to purchase healthy and nutritious food. Some takeaways from 2024 include the $120 Sunbucks benefits can have a significant impact in addressing gaps in summer nutrition. While various summer meal programs are available, Sunbucks provides an additional and vital resource to help ensure that every child's nutritional needs are met. We believe that communication and collaboration with our partners is essential to getting the word out about the program and maximizing participation. Local education agencies, LEAs, such as school districts or county offices of education, play a vital role in accepting and processing Sunbucks applications. This is particularly important for the Sunbucks program in 2025, because as previously mentioned, we will use a new application called UBA to determine Sunbucks eligibility for children attending CEP or Community Eligibility Provision schools, or P2, Provision 2 schools. Last but not least, accurate mailing addresses are also critical to delivering benefits to eligible children. We stress the importance of keeping contact information up to date for benefit delivery and even for important messaging such as expungement notifications. Next slide, please. Moving on to even more key Sunbucks metrics and outcomes, using our most recent data as of May 12th of 2025, in total, families have pinned around 4.3 million cards for a pin rate of 77%. Value of the benefits on those cards is a little over $517 million. Of those benefits, families have spent slightly more than $500 million, which is approximately 96.7% of the value of the pinned cards. A key takeaway from this table is that families across California that received and pinned their Sunbucks EBT card use around 97% of the benefits received. This highlights the importance of this program and the need that is out there in our community. The chart on the right looks at the total number of cards that we've mailed out. We have the same 4.3 million cards with pins selected. We also have a little over 344,000 cards that were undeliverable. This results in around 944,000 cards that were neither returned as undeliverable nor pinned. It's worth noting that some of those 944,000 cards may have gone to the wrong address due to bad data or to families moving, some of whom may have called into the call center to get a replacement card. Moreover, some cards may have gone to families that simply chose not to participate in the program. At this point in our Sunbucks 2024 program timeline, we anticipate our data metrics to change very slightly, if at all, as families use the remaining balances on their card and unused benefits begin to expire. Those slight changes may be seen as increases to the food purchased with minimal changes to other stats displayed. Now, let's talk about our 2024 Sunbucks automated messaging campaigns. Next slide, please. So automated messaging consists of emails, text messages, and phone calls that are sent to Sunbucks EBT card recipients. Automated messaging has become a great way to notify Sunbucks families of important information regarding their Sunbucks benefits. In this slide, we present our final automated messaging campaign totals. Over the course of 2024 Sunbucks operations, we sent over 3.3 million messages to California families statewide across all of our campaigns. To recap, for stage 1, automated messaging started in May 2024 and ended in August of 2024. 1,483,219 total messages were sent to families whose children were directly certified as Sunbucks eligible during stage 1. For stage 2, automated messaging started on September 3rd, 2024 and ended in January of 2025. A little more than 154,000 total messages were sent to families who were captured after stage 1 issuances. For benefit expungements, automated messaging started on August 16th of 2024 and ended in April of 2025. Around 1.4 million total messages were sent to notify families their Sunbucks EBT card has more than $0.00 on their Sunbucks card and to be sure to use Sunbucks benefits before they expire or are federally known as expunged. And finally, a total of around 225,000 messages for disaster response were sent to notify families to contact the Sunbucks helpline to report food loss that was purchased with Sunbucks due to a recent disaster. We anticipate Sunbucks of 2025 will continue to support stage 1, stage 2, benefit expungement, and disaster response automated messaging. Exact timeline details will be discussed in later slides. For now, I'll hand it back over to Jeremy to go over Sunbucks 2025 estimates and eligibility. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Osmar. Hello, everyone. Jeremy again. I'm a manager with the Sunbucks team. The next few slides we've prepared for you will be covering Sunbucks Program 2025 estimates and eligibility. Next slide, please. First up, a quick reminder about streamlined eligibility. As shown in an earlier slide, streamlined eligibility continues to exist for children who are 6 to 18 years old and receive CalFresh, CalWORKS, or Medi-Cal at or below 185% of the federal poverty level, and children who are 0 to 22 years old and attending a school that operates the National School Lunch Program and or school breakfast programs, and are certified for free or reduced price meals. As described in previous slides, children attending CEP or provision schools will have to apply for Sunbucks this year. Families who applied using the UBA can submit the completed forms to their school. To ensure families receive their Sunbucks EBT cards, it's crucial to keep addresses up to date with both schools and county welfare departments, as Sunbucks EBT cards for streamlined eligible children are mailed to the address on file with their school and or county welfare department. Additionally, we'd like to remind everyone that getting Sunbucks does not impact immigration status. And as always, please visit the Sunbucks webpage for the most up-to-date information. Next slide, please. We estimate that approximately 5.6 million children may be eligible to Sunbucks by either streamlined eligibility or by application. 67% of children eligible to Sunbucks come from CalSAWs, specifically those receiving CalFresh, CalWorks, and Medi-Cal, whereas 33% of our data comes from the California Longitudinal Pupil Achievement Data System, also known as CalPADS, used by the schools and the Department of Education for free and reduced price meals eligibility. This figure incorporates both those children who are streamlined certified by their schools and those who must apply through a Universal Benefit Application, or UBA. Because there's an overlap for how a child is determined eligible, this raises the question, what happens for households or individual children that are participating in multiple programs that confer Sunbucks eligibility? In these cases, the Sunbucks team has established a hierarchy, shown on the right of the screen, to determine which address on file the card will go to. Children that are identified as eligible through both CalSAWs and CalPADS data will get their cards at the address listed in CalSAWs. For example, if a child was identified by the Department of Education through a school match, but they also receive CalWorks, the mailing address on the CalWorks case will take priority over the mailing address in the school system, if they are different. Next slide, please. Now let's discuss how and when households can expect to receive their benefits. Households will begin receiving their Sunbucks cards for 2025 in June. Due to large volume of streamlined certified kids, issuances will occur in 2 stages. Stage 1 households will begin receiving their cards in June and will continue through July. This addresses the kids in groups B and C from the previous slides who are streamlined certified. Cards will be mailed to children in alpha order, A through Z, based on last name. To be clear, Stage 1 issuances are expected to be completed sometime in July. The CDSS Sunbucks webpage includes a chart showing the breakdown of last names and estimated card date arrivals. Stage 2 households will begin receiving their cards in August. These issuances can only begin after Stage 1 is complete. These issuances will address new eligibility determinations made in the summer operational period. These will include kids in Group A, described earlier, who complete the UBA or become newly eligible through summer meal applications, CalWorks, CalFresh, and Medi-Cal. This stage will also include any issuances as a result of escalations. This means that we will continue to send cards after August. Regardless of when the card is mailed or received, every Sunbucks card will still be loaded with the full $120 per child. Next slide, please. Initial issuances of streamlined certified children in Stage 1 include a total of 3,664,777 children eligible to receive Sunbucks in 2025, including 3,321,181 from CalSAWs data and 343,596 from CalPADS data. Naturally, over 3.6 million cards are a lot to mail out. We can't mail out all 3.6 million at once. This is why most folks identified as eligible for Stage 1 can expect their cards in June or July. We expect to identify more participants from each data source moving forward, including newly enrolled families in programs like CalFresh, CalWorks, and Medi-Cal, as well as families that apply via UBA. That is why the breakdown of CalSAWs eligibility versus CalPADS eligibility looks so much different than our 2025 estimate. That estimate was for the total number of kids we think will be eligible for the year. These Stage 1 numbers are disproportionately likely to come from CalSAWs because it will take time for folks to apply via the UBA. UBA applicants will get their cards during Stage 2. Next slide, please. Sunbucks benefits are provided on an electronic benefit card, or EBT card. One card is issued per child for the entirety of summer. On the screen is the front and back appearance of the 2025 Sunbucks EBT card. We are excited to announce that families will begin receiving their cards in June and continue through the end of July. Again, stage 2 will begin after stage 1 is complete, likely in August, and continue until all cards have been issued. Next slide, please. As stated earlier, benefits will be issued in a lump sum payment of $120 for the entire summer and will be issued to each eligible child. The Code of Federal Regulations requires that benefits be expunged or removed 122 days from when the benefits are loaded onto the card. Benefits cannot be reloaded to cards once they have been removed. Therefore, families who also receive CalFresh should prioritize using their Sunbucks cards first before they expire. We'd like to note that expungement date is not printed on the card or any of the accompanying documents. Customers may contact the Sunbucks helpline if they would like to know their card expungement date. For enhanced security, we encourage cardholders to download the free EBT Edge mobile app to create a PIN and learn how to protect their benefits. The icon depicted on the slide, this is the icon depicted here on the slide. This tool will provide Sunbucks cardholders with enhanced card security features, including the ability to freeze and unfreeze cards, change their PIN, and check their balance. More info can be found at ebt.ca.gov. We will post the link in the chat. Now I will hand it over to Giselle to talk about customer service. Next slide, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good afternoon. My name is Giselle, and I am an analyst in the Sunbucks program. We will now look at Sunbucks customer service. Next slide, please. Thank you. Customer service is a huge piece to the success of the program. The helpline phone number is provided on this slide and can also be found in the card mailer, on the back of the Sunbucks cards, and on our website. The call center helps families with PIN setup, car replacements, provide expungement dates, address changes, both general and complex eligibility questions, and field escalations to CDSS and CDE as necessary. Escalations could include requests for benefit replacement due to household misfortunes and eligibility disputes or missing eligibility. In the next 2 slides, we will share our call center data and how to handle duplicate card issuances. Next slide, please. Now, we are sharing some data on the calls received in the past 2 months. The first table shows the total number of calls received in April, broken down by language for a total of 54,298 calls. The second table shows the calls received for May 1st to the 12th, also broken down by language for a total of 28,120 calls. Overall, we continue to see a decrease in total calls per month when compared to the highest call month, July. In July, the total calls were 189,569 calls. Call volume is decreasing, likely to fewer card issuances during this time. However, call volume is anticipated to increase as Sunbucks card issuances will be forthcoming. For May 2025, the largest number of calls were regarding benefit expungement, eligibility questions, benefit amount, card mailing status, and demographic change. Next slide, please. Duplicate card issuances. The Sunbucks team has been made aware that there are some instances in which families are receiving more than one Sunbucks card for the same child. As a reminder, each eligible child is entitled to only one issuance of $120 for the period. If a child receives more than one issuance, the family must notify the Sunbucks helpline immediately by calling 877-328-0000 9677 and must destroy the extra card received. Now, I'll hand things over to Stephen to go over 2025 outreach campaigns. Next slide, please.
All right, thank you, Giselle. So hi, everybody. My name is Stephen Ellenberger, and I am one of the managers on the Sunbucks team. And this portion of our presentation is going to speak to the outreach campaigns that our team is actively working on for 2025. So far, we have started with our 2025 Benefit Issuance Messaging campaign. This messaging will consist primarily of automated messages in the form of emails and texts, as well as the mailer insert provided within folks' Sunbucks EBT card mail envelopes. Our automated messaging will not support voice messaging for 2025 and will only be done via text and email. Please note that there will be fewer automated messages being sent compared to the number of Sunbucks EBT cards getting mailed, because we're sending one message per household, whereas the cards are mailed one to each qualifying child. In addition, automated messages can only be sent to those households who have contact information on file. We're currently in the process of sending out over 1.8 million messages for our Stage 1 households. In 2025, we're also going to launch the Applications for Families Who Get Medi-Cal Only campaign, which will consist of automated messages, flyers, and social media posts. Recipients will receive automated messages and/or automated emails or text messages, and can access the Sunbucks social media posts online. We'll also be distributing flyers to our stakeholders for use in their outreach, and those will be available on our webpage as well. The goal of this campaign is to inform families who only get Medi-Cal that they will need to apply for Sunbucks on behalf of at least one child who gets Medi-Cal in their household without a certified income level at or under 185% of the federal poverty level. We're currently estimating that we're going to send out this campaign to approximately 353,000 folks, including 274,000 emails and 78,000 texts for this campaign. Now, it's important to note that the recipients for this particular campaign are an entirely different population from the folks that we just talked about. These particular messages are specifically going to folks who are not Streamline certified for Sunbucks, warning them that although somebody in their household gets Medi-Cal, they are not automatically eligible and will need to apply if they want to get Sunbucks for 2025. Now, back in 2024, one of the lessons that we learned was that it was difficult for folks to understand this distinction. So we're trying to get ahead of it this time with proactive messaging to these households. We're also going to run the following campaigns shown on the screen. There's the How to Get Sunbucks campaign, which includes a flyer and social media posts. That flyer is live on our Sunbucks website as of yesterday. And now the aim is to introduce Sunbucks 2025 to the public and explain how folks can make sure that their kids get Sunbucks. We also have the card pinning reminder campaign, which will also consist of flyer and social media posts, but will also include automated messaging. Automated messages will be sent to all households with unpinned cards approximately 30 days after their cards are mailed. In the 2024 and 2025 Sunbucks year, we learned that some families may change addresses without reflecting that change in our data sources. This sometimes results in their Sunbucks card getting mailed to the wrong address. While we encourage families to report and update address changes to their local county office and school administrator, this effort serves as an additional tool to help families get their cards before their benefits are expunged. We'll also be distributing flyers to our stakeholders to cover some of the most frequently asked questions about the Sunbucks program. For expungement, we hope to include the mailing of physical postcards as part of the notification resources we have available. This will allow us to reach families for whom a phone number or email is not available. We'll release more information on this effort as it becomes available. For disaster response, we'll continue to send automatic messaging in 2025, similar to 2024, for families in areas where a major disaster is occurring and where a timely reporting extension has been approved. The messaging will advise families that they can apply for a benefit replacement if they experienced a food loss due to the disaster and they have purchased that food using their Sunbucks benefits. As a reminder, families normally have 10 days to report food losses after an event. but timely reporting extensions, or TREs, can be approved by FNS and extend that reporting timeframe from 10 days to 30 days to request that benefit replacement. Through the 2024 and 2025 year, our efforts resulted in helping over 447 Californian households that lost food due to a disaster. Now I'm going to hand things over to Shan to walk through the Q&As that we've gotten in the chat.
Thank you, Stephen. Now let's review the Q&A section together. But first, a quick reminder that this webinar was recorded. A link to all presentation materials will be published on the website once available. Please note that these require time and patience for ADA accessibility and translation. You can find recordings from our prior stakeholder webinars on the Sunbucks playlist as part of the CDSS YouTube channel. You can see the link to the page on the slide. Now we'd like to hear from you. What questions do you have? You can ask your questions using the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen, and we will respond verbally and in writing. Okay, so our first question is there an end date as to when they need to spend the Sunbucks by? The answer to this question is Sunbucks benefits will be expunged or removed 122 days after they are loaded onto the EBT card. The next question is, do you think that custody arrangements might be driving some of the bean duplicates or unpinned? The answer is, we have not made that correlations at this time, but it is a theory we can look into. The next question is, when will the 2025 flyers be available? And the answer to the question is, the 2025 Sunbucks General Information Flyer is now available on the CDSS Sunbucks website. The following question, will kids who become eligible through UBA have their cards mailed to the address on their UBA or on file with CalPADS? The answer is, for students found eligible based on UBAs, their cards will be mailed to the address listed in CalPADS. The following question is, when will the Sunbucks benefits be loaded on the card compared to the mailing of the cards? The answer to this question is, Sunbucks benefits will be loaded onto the card 2 days after they are mailed, as to allow the maximum amount of time for the family to spend the benefits. The next question, how will immigration status information be protected from federal investigations? And the answer is, Sunbucks does not collect immigration information. Therefore, there is nothing to share in terms of immigration. The following question is, will EBT Edge have the expungement data or date on the website? The answer is, families can call the Sunbucks helpline to get the expungement date or use EBT Edge. The following question is, will the UBA be used to update student addresses in CalPADS? And the answer is, the CDE will be advising LEAs to update addresses in CalPADS based on the address provided on the UBA if there is a discrepancy. The next question is, a customer can call the Sunbucks card call center for mailing address changes? That is not our experience. The answer to this question is, yes, families can contact the Sunbucks helpline to update their mailing address. The next question is, how many UBAs have to be income verified? And the answer is, UBA verification requirements will be announced widely in the coming weeks. The interim final rules require that 3% of Sunbucks applications be verified. The next question is, We are told they have to change it with county or school district to get it changed. And the answer is the helpline will update the mailing address and will also let the family know that let the family know that they must also update their address with the school and/or county welfare department if applicable. The next question is, could you please provide clarification on whether the 122-day period commences upon the mailing of the card or upon its activation along with the establishment of a new 4-digit PIN code? And the answer to this question is the 122-day expungement period begins when the funds are loaded onto the card, 2 days after the mailing date. Next question is, can we get a copy of the mailer that will be sent with the card? And the answer is, please send a request to our Sunbucks, to our email at sunbucks@dss.ca.gov inbox. Next question, where on the Sunbucks website is the flyer? And the answer is, all outreach materials, including flyers, are available on the partners page. Next question, could you explain the logistics for getting the UBA data submitted to the state? We are not sure how to do this. And the answer to this question is, the UBA data will be shared with the CDE via a supplemental Sunbucks collection in the education data collection system. More information can be found here, and we will post the link in the chat. The next question is, will the families be notified to return their cards if they do not respond to verification? And the answer to the question is, additional guidance on verification processes is forthcoming. LEAs should withhold UBA eligibility submission until the applications that have been selected for verification have completed that process. Next question. Thank you. We could use more detail than what is in the flash. Who can help us with EDCS? And the answer is, further guidance on EDCS is forthcoming. You can reach out to Summer EBT at cde.ca.gov. And this email address can also be posted in the chat. And I see that we still have a few pending questions. So we will give some time for our team to respond to those questions, and we'll provide the answers verbally. So the next question is, do we need to collect okay, so next question is, will a Spanish flyer posted? And the answer to the question is, translations are ongoing and will be posted on the website as they become available. And the next question is, do we need to collect both UBA and NSLP? And the answer is no. Children that attend standard counting and claiming sites should continue to submit NSLP applications. The NSLP application can be used for Sunbucks eligibility. Children attending provision school will submit a UBA for Sunbucks eligibility. And again, we have a few pending questions, and we'll allow some time to provide answers, and I will read them out loud. Okay, so the next question is the EBT Edge mobile app available in languages other than English? And the answer is the app is available in English and Spanish. Question is, when will flyers be made in additional languages? And the answer is, I think we covered this question already. Let me see what other questions. All right, okay. So the next question is, a person called us about the Sunbucks card that she received last year for her 2 kids, but I believe they are expired, correct? And the answer is, we recommend the individuals call the Sunbucks helpline to verify. And I think that's our last question. When will the outreach campaigns begin? And the answer is, for 2025, robo-messaging outreach campaigns started as of May 19th. And with that being said, I think that's all the questions we have. And so we'll give 1 minute or 2 in case folks have more questions to ask to add to the Q&A section. In the meantime, we can move on to the next slide. Now that we are about to enter the summer 2025 operational period, we are hosting monthly webinars. Our next webinar will be on Tuesday, June 17th from 2 to 3 p.m. Please be on the lookout for June's invite. Meanwhile, feel free to email your questions to sunbucks@dss.ca.gov. Note that this is not case sensitive. Also, remember that all webinar materials will be sent out to everyone on the email distribution list once they become available. Next slide, please. Okay, so we have no more questions coming. So thank you all for your participation, and we look forward to seeing you in the next webinar. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.